My name's Kate and I've just turned 67. I do a little bit of volunteer work for some Aboriginal programs that are not funded by government, are just community-based, and one is around preventing children being taken by Department of Child Protection, and if that happens, what the families can do about that. So it's helping them. And the other program is for women who've been released from prison or who are in prison, Aboriginal women, and how to support them. And so I just write the funding grants really, and then I write the reports. So I'm joining the oil and gas blockade because I feel that even though we've got new governments in South Australia and federally, neither of them are listening about the urgency of the climate crisis that we're facing. I read The Guardian, I'm not sure why. It just terrifies me that every time I read something in there, it's saying there's another tipping point, there's another tipping point, there's another tipping point. We are getting to a stage where it won't matter what we do by 2030. It will be too late. And my passion for this is that by 2030 I'll still be around, but my grandchildren will be really feeling the impact of climate change. I have 6. By the end of next year I'll probably have 7 grandchildren. And 5 of them have had to flee bushfires. So 2 in Perth had to evacuate their home because of bushfires. The 3 that come from London happen to be staying with us with the 2019 bushfire, Cuddy Creek bushfire. And they experienced, even as very small children, the fear of fleeing from bushfire. And so much so that the one that was only 5 then has written a piece for school to say about the fear that he experienced and the anxiety of that. So we're getting to tipping points, not able to reverse what's happening, so maybe we can't even now. And then that means that what is the future for my grandchildren? It's pretty awful, really. It makes me really sad when I think about it. Yeah, I'll be gone, I'm sure, by the time it's really, really bad, but they're going to be here, and that's... who would want that for anyone? Or everyone else's grandchildren and children. It's a terrible thing to think about. Because I think that I can't expect anybody else to do anything that I wouldn't do. I've already experienced arrest before. I'll be putting myself in an arrestable position in some blockading action at the blockade. But I'm also going to be involved in supporting some of the artistic things. I'm not an artist myself, but I like to bring people together that have an artistic idea, and so maybe on the 2nd or 3rd day be involved in some of that. And I'll be singing. I'm not a great singer, but I love some of the songs that you can sing that give you courage. So, and I think they're also really annoying. If you're not a great singer, it's really annoying for all the people around you. So I think it'll be quite fun, actually. And singing to give everybody else courage as well. Flag waving, banner waving. I'll be doing it all. I'll be there. Yeah. I hope that the blockade will achieve publicity for our cry for action. I hope that it shows the oil and gas industry that we're really serious and we're not going to go away until we get some action from government. I hope that it shows the general public that if we're willing to do quite out there kind of not sacrificial but urgent and quite confronting actions, that all we want them to do is write letters to the government would be enough, but come out in the streets with us would be even better. And also I just like the fact that my grandchildren go, good on you, Granny, it's really good. You know, you're doing it for us. And in some ways, that's as important as anything for me, that they know I care and that I'm going to be fighting for their futures. So I think they're probably all the things. And I just want to annoy Santa so much, say, I'm never going to go away. I just want to say that you can't do any of these things without a great group of people around you and without a bit of fun and group courage. And when you don't have that around you, it's really difficult to act. But when you've got lots of people, drums, music, passionate people, looking at people who might not even have as good as physical, and I don't have a great physical ability, but even less, but putting themselves out there on the line, it really gives you motivation to keep going.